28, here we come. We learned a lot on Monday about what type of person Chase was, apparently, how he bullied Joel so much. Shoshana blames him for, tearing her family apart. And then the principal was like, Chase, this is a great time for you to start all over, kind of hinting like maybe you weren't the best person to begin with. Also, if you didn't already do your read works that was assigned yesterday, it is due by Friday afternoon, okay? So make sure you do that. But we are on page 28. We are back to Shoshana talking. Oh, no, we're at Brendan Espinazo, chapter 4. And you're like, okay, who's this person? He ends up playing a really big role in our story. So Brendan Espinazo. The impressive breadth and diversity of wildlife in the modern middle school is on display nowhere more than in the lunchroom. Here, we see Spice's cheerleaderess Maximus gazing in her native habitat, the salad bar. Nolan, can you mute yourself, bud? All right. So that is Mr. Brendan, saying a little poem about, the cheerleader's natural habitat is looking at the salad bar. I focus on Brittany Vandervelde and Latasha Butts as they make their delicate selection of lettuce, cucumber, and tomato slices. As I shoot, I balance the flip cam on my forearm to keep it steady. Everything looks so much better on YouTube when the camera work isn't all jumpy. A longing glance in the direction of the pizza table. I continue my narration. But at last, it is not to be. For cheerleaderess, this meal is garnished with a radish rose and fat-free dressing. And wait, I pull back the shot to include Jordan McDaniel heading out of the food line with a heavy landing tray. Could it be? Yes, a rare Cumulosis Faldonis. What is happening with these computers this morning, friends? Let's not have it on. Wearing his way to the nearest table. All you can do, Cumulosis. Oh no, there goes the soup and the orange rolling across the floor. Oh man, this stuff writes itself. Who needs a script when you've got real life? And now we leave the relative safety of the food line and venture into the lion's den. I go on, panning over to the corner of the table with Aaron Heineken, Bear Bratsky, and some of their football buddies are eating too much and laughing too loud. Hello? Yes. Why? Because they went on Reading Live and not the Reading RTI Live, probably. Yeah. Yes, they should, because that's not how it's posted. All right, bye. Okay. Mrs. Jones's class. I post Reading RTI in your email every single day. Reading and Reading RTI are two different things. We are on page 28 or 29. Football buddies are eating too much and laughing too loud. This is the land of the carnivores where lesser animals feel to thread. Don't I know it? I'm filming on maximum zoom, even though it's bound to a. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Kneiffel's getting awfully distracted by all these emails and phone calls. Landon, why are you standing? Though it's bound to be a little blurry. I sure don't intend to go any closer and get fed my own video camera. But where's their leader, the apex predator? Could that be him paying for a pack of fig Newtons at the cash register? Yes, it is. The king of the beats, footballiest heroist, his thunderous footsteps striking terror in the hearts of all creatures great and small. Watch him make his majestic way to... As I plan my flip cam to follow Chase Ambrose's path to his football buddies, he disappears from the frame. I frown. He's not going over there. He's headed to somewhere else. I get back I get him back into the shot and struggle to continue my voiceover. But wait, Mighty Footballius has changed directions. He's taken his mighty self to a different table for reasons unknown only to his supreme mightiest. He's coming. Oh my God, he's coming here. I whip my camera away fast enough to leave a trail of burnt air hanging in the cafeteria. He's right opposite of me, larger than life, holding his tray over the table. Why is Chase Ambrose coming anywhere near me? Does he know I'm making fun of him and his friends in my YouTube video? If so, I'm dead. And ifs, ands, or buts. My last interaction with him was the time he and his co-Neanderthals stood me against a tetherball pole, then played an intense game, the rope ripping me around until I was trussed like a turkey. I'd probably still be there if the sanitation workers hadn't come to empty the dumpsters that day. Actually, I'm lucky I wasn't in the dumpster. Those jerks bullied Joel Weber so badly that his folks finally sent him to boarding school. Is anyone sitting here, Chase asks. So there's this guy. His name's Brendan Espinazo, and literally that whole first 2 pages was him like making a YouTube video, and he's narrating it, making fun of, you know, like the jocks, the guys that are playing sports. And now all of a sudden he sees Chase walking up to him. And why would Chase be walking up to him when in the past he's bullied Joel? Why is he now walking up to him? Olivia? Olivia? Oh, left the meeting. Great. Isabella H.
Because he doesn't remember that he was bullying him before.
Right. He doesn't even know who this kid is. He's probably never been in the he doesn't ever remember being in the lunchroom. So he's literally probably walking up to Brendan because there's an open spot. So he's walking to the spot and he said, "Is anyone sitting here?" I glance up, expecting to get a face full of something. He's standing there, looking like he's never laid eyes on me before. My mind screams, "Red alert, red alert!" But aloud I say, "Help yourself." He takes a seat and then actually spreads his napkin across his lap, just like a civilized person, although I look down at my own lap, no napkin, and probably none of any lap in the entire cafeteria. What? What are we waiting for? We are on page 30 in the middle. This is the weirdest thing that has ever happened, unless, could the rumors be true? It was the biggest news in town that the great Chase Ambrose fell off his roof and landed on his head this summer. You can still see the cuts and scrapes on his face and his arms in a sling. But the gossip around the school is that the guy actually has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything from before the accident. I thought it was just a rumor. But what other explanation could there be for why he's sitting here with me instead of his football friends and acting like a human being, no less? My video on hold, I turn back to eating, and let me tell you, that was not easy when you're sitting across from the apex predator, amnesia or not. So even though he's assuming these rumors are true now, and Chase hasn't done anything mean to him, he's just sitting by him. He's literally still having trouble eating, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, is he tricking me or something like that? I read that amnesia is temporary. If it comes back to him, I could have an entire egg salad sandwich shoved up my nose just for daring to be near him. Then I noticed that he's struggling to saw away at his barbecued chicken breast. The dull plastic utensils don't make it easy, especially with one arm immobilized against his chest. He's working really hard. Beads of sweat stand out on his brows. I speak the craziest, most foolhardy words that have ever come out of my mouth. You need help with that? No thanks. He keeps on sawing, getting nowhere, his frustration growing. I still can't explain why I do it. I get up, loop around the table, approach Chase from behind. It's easier when both arms worked. He battles a moment longer, then gives in with a sigh. Maybe I could use 2 hands. So this guy, like literally one of the meanest guys in school, but also most popular, is needing help cutting his chicken. Okay? And this kid who has been picked on with the past is helping him. So remember, they're also in the lunchroom, meaning there's people everywhere. So what could we predict might happen next? People, like, Chase is sitting with this probably like nerdy kid. I mean, he's making YouTube videos in the middle of the lunchroom, and now he's helping. What might happen next, Evan? He might become a bit more famous in the school. I think he's already really famous. Remember, they're in the middle of a lunchroom. So what might happen next? Isabella H.
Everyone's going to be really confused.
Right. There's other people in there. Remember his best friends, they're also in the lunchroom. Don't you think that they might be like, where are you at, So anyways, maybe I could use a hand. So there I am in the middle of the cafeteria, hunched over the apex predator, cutting up his chicken. At one point, Shoshana Weber passes by and shoots me that perfectly combined shock, amazement, and disapproval. Or maybe she's just trying to figure out why I'm sawing at his meat instead of his cryotic artery. That's like the vein that like goes to your heart. I finish, put down my knife, and hand him back his fork. Thank you, he says sheepishly. No big deal. I return to my side of the table, sit down, and hit the floor hard. A chorus of ruckus laughter explodes all around me. That's when I notice I'm surrounded by football players. Bear puts my chair down on top of me, trapping me under it. Chase, man, you're sitting at the wrong table, Aaron exclaims. Come with us. We've saved you a spot. They practically kidnap him and drag him back to the lion's den. A few seconds later, the chair is lifted off me and somebody hauls me to my feet. Chase. Sorry, he says, looking uncomfortable. Come on, man, over here, comes a volley of shouts. He hesitates. They're your teammates and your best friends, I tell him, because maybe he doesn't remember. Right. If I didn't know better, I'd think he wasn't that thrilled with the idea. Back in my seat, I take my camera out and realize that the video had been running the whole time. There's no picture, obviously, but the audio's all there. I might listen to it later just to prove myself that I had a close counter with Chase Ambrose and lived to tell the tale. So Chase has been such a bully that this kid is like, oh my God, he just was not mean to me. Chase literally was having him help, randomly sitting at his tables, and just like we thought, guess what? Other people noticed. The football guys were like, what the heck were you doing? They were mean to Brendan, put a chair over him, like trapped him underneath it, mean guys. But then Chase came back, got him out, and then Brendan was like, yeah, go. Those are your friends. And Chase is kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go. He definitely doesn't seem very thrilled that those are his friends. Chapter 5, Chase Ambrose. Every time I see a little girl, it brings me back to the one from my memory, the blonde girl with the blue dress trimmed with white lace. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe when you only remember one thing, it sticks with you. If only I could remember where I remember her from. I think of her again when I see a little kid on the monkey bars on the playground. It's my first day without the sling in more than a month, and since forever in a way, because I remember nothing from before the accident. I'm out walking, enjoying my freedom from the tight wrapping of my shoulder. It feels fine, normal, and I need that after 2 weeks of school that was anything but. Normal is the last word to describe a place where you're a stranger in a strange land despite the fact that everybody knows you. That's when I recognize a girl scrambling all over the jungle gym. It's Helen, my half-sister. She's definitely high energy, the kind of cute crawling through the tunnels, whizzing down slides, and just quickly climbing up again. She's a little too wild, especially up top. I guess she's too young to understand that falling on your head runs in our family. Just as the thought crosses my mind, she loses her grips and tumbles off the top of the twisty slide, and I'm there in a shot, catching her, swinging her around like it's part of a game. She squeals in exhilaration, spreading her arms, and I get into a spirit making airplane noises. She's loving it. I'm doubly thrilled because my shoulder is holding up fine. The two of us are having a great time until she looks down and sees who's got her. Mommy! She screams, cries all around the park. It's okay, Helen. It's me, Chase, your brother. I want to go down. And now she's red in the face and crying. I set her on the ground and watch as she runs off to join Kareen, who's hustling our way. Great. Dad's family already has a problem with me, and now they think I'm going to be terrorizing their daughter. Sorry, I mumble. I didn't mean to scare her. I saw what happened. Thank you for catching her. There's nothing wrong with what she's saying. It's the way she's saying it. Too polite, too distant, like I'm a stranger instead of her stepson. Helen has her face buried in her mom's sweater and refuses to look at me. I guess she doesn't like me very much, I comment. Kareen softens. She's just a little afraid of you. Afraid of me? What could I have done that would make a 4-year-old freak out every time I come near her? Before I can finish the thought, a loud horn honks. A panel truck drives up to the curb. Ambrose Electric is stenciled on the side. The driver's side window rolls down and my dad honks his head off. Fire up the grill at 5:30, Core. I'm bringing home the biggest steak you've ever seen. He catches sight of me. Hey, champ, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be at practice. I wave. Doctor's orders, remember? Your arm's fine. Yeah, pretty good. I point at my head. It's the concussion. He looks disgusted. Doctors, they'll keep you in bubble wrap the rest of your life if you let them. Well, how about dinner then? I'll bet you could use a good steak. They're not going to get your strength back on rabbit food Mom's slinging at you. Thanks. Some other time, I hesitate. I saw your state championship picture on the principal's wall. I didn't know. I knew at some point, but he laughs with delight. There's a lot of athletes out there, but only a few of us can make it rain. There's something special about Ambrose, man, champ. Don't let your mother coddle it out of you like she did with your brother. He drives off, his truck backfiring as he pulls away from the curb. Bye, Daddy, calls Helen. Bye, Helen, I say to her. As soon as we make eye contact, she looks away. All right, we are going to stop there for right now. So, once again, Helen is apparently afraid of him. And he doesn't even know why. And I just love this. We do not have Reading RTI tomorrow. We will have it again on Monday. So we will pick up where we left off on page 36 on Monday. Remember, your ReadWorks is due by Monday. No, is due by 2:35 tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you get it done. Most of you, I think 14 of you have already done it. If you haven't done it, no big deal. Yeah, maybe Chase was mean to Helen. We don't know. He might have been in his past life. We have no idea. So curious. Can't wait to keep reading. I'll see you guys in reading class. So long. Or she's just little. Yeah, we don't know. But the Corrine did say, she's kind of scared of you. So that's like a hint of Mom saying she's scared of you. So